Speaker, this motion notes that education is the basic right of all children, given that Section 18, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution enjoins government to eradicate illiteracy. Mr. Speaker, this motion also notes that the number of Nigerian children who are not attending schools is increasing at an alarming rate. It further notes a report in the Daily Trust newspaper of June 12, 2013, where the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, asserted that Nigeria has 10.5 million children who are not attending schools, which amounts to 47% of such children globally. Concerned that the report is an indictment on the political leadership of the country, as there has not been any improvement in the enrollment of children into schools, despite the huge sums allocated annually to education. Even the Honorable Minister of Education recently admitted back then that 1 out of every 3 children in the northern part of the country is not attending school. Worried that the huge number of children not attending schools portends a grave danger to the growth prospects of the country. And if this trend is not urgently reversed, will jeopardize the future of these children who could thereby resort to crime. This motion resolves to mandate the Committee on Education to investigate the matter and report back to the House within 1 month. I so move.
Representing Guaram Federal Constituency. I'm from Jigawa State. Stand to second this motion as ably moved by Honorable Beni Lar. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
With a vast amount of human and natural resources, the most valuable of these resources being our children. However, it is also very sad to note that 10.5 million children, particularly in the northern part of this country, are currently out of school. Mr. Speaker, a country in which a high number of children out of school is a country that is jeopardizing the future of its children. Mr. Speaker, over the years, different international organizations and state governments have spent huge amounts of money on furthering education in various states. And as we know, basic primary education is the responsibility of the state government. But we have seen that in the northern part of the country, there's been some lapse in the political leadership of some of these states, where the governors and the governments in those states over time have not provided enough education for their children. Therefore, these children are out of school, and we know the great danger this poses to the country at large. Insurgency is currently at its peak in this country, and part of that is because a great amount of Nigerian children are out of school. This motion seeks to find a solution and to mandate the House Committee on Education to do a thorough investigation as to why this is the situation. Because if this ugly trend is not reversed, Mr. Speaker, we'll continue to have children who are carrying out antisocial acts and vices such as terrorism and other harmful acts to society. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Leo, Deputy Leader of the House.
May I start with the note that this is a very laudable motion, a motion that tends to address a major challenge that confronts us in our educational sector. There is a very clear saying that the best legacy we can bequeath on any child is qualitative and sound education. And as much as beautiful as this motion is, Mr. Speaker, I intend supporting this motion 100%. But I seek some, clear amendment to the prayer itself. Because in line with what the prayer seeks, it seeks to mandate this prayer Like I clearly said, I am 100% in support of this motion. I would therefore want to appeal that we do justice to this particular motion, because we must make sure that our children are in school.
And we cannot afford to sit idly by while we allow 1/3 of the children of our country to be out of school. A society that has 1/3 of its children out of school is sowing a seed that it would not want to reap in the very near future. It is in this vein that the Sokoto state government has done something that is very laudable, and it should be emulated by all state governments. The Sokoto state government has given free education to all children, irrespective of their individual, up to secondary school level. This is because the government has found out that it is a very serious problem that needs drastic and urgent attention. And I think this is a very noble gesture that should be emulated by all states.
Mr. Speaker, we have a huge... Mr. Speaker, we have a huge problem on our hands. Before we even talk about the children not in school, I want to ask, even the children in school, what kind of quality of education are they getting? I'll give you an example. I was in King's College a few days ago, a federal government school. Their budget for 1 year is 75 million naira. As at today, they've only received 3% of their budget. What kind of education will you be giving them, such a legacy school? So, Mr. Speaker, problem number one, even the children in school are not getting the right quality of education in federal government schools. And then the ones not in school, Mr. Speaker, 10.5 million children should be embarrassing to Nigeria as a nation. So we need to get our priorities right. Our foundation is faulty. If our foundation is faulty, every other thing will be faulty. So I support this motion in its entirety and hope that the House Committee on Education will take necessary steps to ensure that this is done. And Mr. Speaker, at a time that we're still looking for over 200 girls still missing in Chibok, at a time that it took the 17-year-old girl to come to Nigeria and also remind us that we have issues with education in Nigeria. So, Mr. Speaker, I hope we take this very, very seriously and know that this is a foundation. This is building a very, very unsteady foundation in this country. Thank you very much.
Honorable Friday Etula.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this is one motion that I will regard as a wake-up call to all of us, that we should give all the attention that it deserves. Because like the proponent of this motion did say, the future of this country lies on what our youth will become. But as the saying goes, our youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
What the motion talks about is children. We could be talking about children in secondary school. There is nowhere where it includes age. So for the last speaker to impute what is not in the motion, I think is totally out of relevance to this motion. Thank you.
Amended, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it.